Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 11 a.m. news and weather updates from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got breaking news out of Raleigh where State Appellate Court Judge Jefferson Griffin has conceded to Allison Riggs. Now, this happened 2 days after a federal judge ruled that potentially thousands of disputed ballots challenged by Griffin must remain in the final tally of the vote. Now, in a statement provided by his campaign to the Associated Press, Griffin said he would not appeal Monday's decision by the U.S. District Court Judge Richard Myers, who also ordered that the State Board of Elections certify results that show Riggs is the winner by 734 votes from over 5.5 million ballots cast in the race. Now, Griffin's decision sets the stage for Riggs to be officially elected to an 8-year term as an Associate Justice on the North Carolina State Supreme Court. Now, Griffin said, quote, "While I do not fully agree with the district court's analysis, I respect the court's holding, just as I have respected every judicial tribunal that has heard this case. I will not appeal the court's decision," end quote. Now, Myers delayed carrying out his order for 7 days in case Griffin wanted to ask the Fourth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals to review his decision. Democrats, meanwhile, had called on Griffin to accept defeat. Riggs is one of 2 Democrats on the 7-member state Supreme Court, and winning improved the party's efforts to retake a majority on the court later in the decade. Griffin is a state court of appeals judge whose term ends in 2028. I also want to highlight another story out of Martin County, where a woman is now behind bars facing child sex crimes. 42-year-old Ashley Peaks Adams was arrested on Monday by Martin County deputies after warrants say she had engaged in a sexual act with a boy under the age of 15 in December of 2024. Now, she was charged with felony statutory sex offense with a child less than 15 years old and felony indecent liberties with a child. She was taken to Bertie Martin Regional Jail and placed under a $200,000 secured bond. And now we want to highlight your weather forecast, where again today we're looking at mostly sunny skies. There is certainly that opportunity for maybe a few showers coming up later on this afternoon and maybe potentially more so this evening. But for right now, skies looking very clear. A little bit of cloud cover overlooking the Pitt Greenville Airport tarmac. 77 degrees, currently feels like 78. Look at that, got a plane landing. Nice, easy touchdown. Well, didn't get to witness it, but assuming that all's fine and dandy. Air temperatures currently in the mid to upper 70s throughout most of eastern North Carolina. Of course, we've got Stumpy Point currently coming in at 80 degrees, 81 right now in Beaufort. A little bit warmer as you get closer to the Crystal Coast, but winds today variable. Seeing more of a northwesterly breeze, but winds right now fairly light, around 4 to 8 miles an hour, which is allowing wind direction to kind of swing around all different directions. So as we head through the rest of this afternoon, wind speeds will again hold between around 4 to 8 miles an hour. Not going to be the windiest of days, but we will gradually start to see those wind directions gradually start to change, coming from a northwesterly breeze at 1 to a southwesterly wind as we head towards 8 p.m. Now, overnight tonight, cloud cover again increasing will come with a stray chance of a few showers. Not going to be a lot of rain, but we could certainly see some. There's a look again, some light raindrops rolling across eastern North Carolina. We'll call it light drizzle. Now, some of that drizzle may stick with us through the day tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a partly to mostly cloudy day with off and on rain chances, but certainly not seeing any sort of thunderstorm threat, just some light rain showers. Then early Friday morning, we've got a better chance of some more thunderstorms in the forecast as another cold front decides to sweep its way across the east. This will again happen, I would say, mid to late morning hours of Friday. From around 8 a.m. to around lunchtime is when we're anticipating that frontal boundary you're seeing crossing over Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee. That front will be with us again as we wake up on Friday. Now behind that system, there may again be another regeneration of a few rain showers. You're seeing again a little bit of some rain sitting further back towards the Charlotte area in this image, but high pressure off to the far west unfortunately will not influence us until we get into the tail end of the following week. Another area of low pressure developing along the Gulf Coast. You can see kind of that little collection, that cluster of thunderstorms just to the southeast of Houston. That is our next low pressure system that will be forming and giving us a better opportunity for rain as we head into next week. Of course, this weekend, the big focus is, and as it should be, Mother's Day coming up on Sunday. 74 degrees, giving it about a 20 to 30% chance of, again, a few stray showers out there. The cold front that'll roll through Friday is going to stall near the coast, and because it's going to stall near the coast, it's going to leave us with a lingering chance of rain through both Saturday and even Sunday. Now, of course, rain showers really start to pick up as we head through Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week with that low pressure system from the Gulf moving in, but air temperatures will be fairly comfortable over the coming weekend with plenty of sun breaks, but there again will be that opportunity for maybe a periodic rain shower or two to pop up, and I'll just say hello for a bit. Well, that's all we have time for today's 11 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, I hope you all have a wonderful Wednesday.